What, sin?
Seven deadly sins, and then there's seven different gimmicks.
Don't give Tony.
They tried that, Joe.
Well,
that is
the company went out of business.
Yeah.
WCW's last pay-per-view.
That wasn't the gimmick. They just called it sin, but they didn't have like.
No. WCW.
They were going to do the other pay-per-views. Were going to be called all the other ones. I think Joe was saying
that's terrible.
They should do it all in one match.
Yeah,
you do it all in one pay-per-view. 7 matches, each a different sin.
Each with the different sins.
But then you're going to be upset if you're put in the like gluttony match, aren't you?
Well, no, because then you could have the Bobby Lashley burger eating contest, whoever that was against
like
back
a
in the day.
Food fight kind of thing.
This is all great stuff. I feel bad we're saying this out loud because it's definitely going to happen now.
That's a good one. What were the other ones? Envy,
Pride.
Yeah. So some of these are going to be tough to turn into matches. I also don't know how WCW was going to do it. Was going to do a pay-per-view called Envy.
Envy.
WCW Pride.
At least if they did one called Pride, they could have just had like shoot fights on it. It was 2001, so.
Lust. 4.
Late night pay-per-view. Ask your parents' permission for that one.
Alrighty. Let me jump in here to this broadcast.
The problem I've always had with the 7 deadly sins, I know that there is a difference. So don't bother pointing it out.
Don't email me.
Greed and gluttony, too close.
Yeah.
To be taken on 2 slots out of 7?
There's other stuff you can put in.
Come on, greed and gluttony.
Yeah, because they are too close. Because then you also, but it's also have like some of the commandments kind of have the inverse problem, where it's like, okay, you've got these are 10 unique ones, but some of these I'm like, coveting your neighbor's wife or whatever it was. What's that one?
Too much time spent coveting. That's for sure. Don't covet.
Yeah.
10 commandments. I'm just Googling this right now. I'm expecting the top result to be Gemini going to sucking my cock going, wow, great question. It's good to know these. It's really great to ponder these.
Number 1 is thou shalt not pirate movies.
All right. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make idols.
Done that.
You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. I don't remember learning any of this, and I definitely studied these. You'll remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Yeah, Reverend Lovejoy said that.
I remember it Sunday.
Honor your father and your mother. You shall not murder. See, some of these are kind of like very like you shall not make very philosophical. Don't make idols. Don't be worshiping other things. And then one of them and don't murder people. It's like, all right, lads. I mean, are we going highbrow concept here, or are you just telling me like the really obvious things?
Remember the Sabbath day. Don't forget what day that's on. Don't murder people as well, probably. Steal.
You shall not commit adultery. Fair enough. You shall not steal. I don't believe in capitalism, brother. So, like, possessions are just, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor, and you shall not covet. Again, like covet and making idols, these are all very conceptual. And then in the middle glut, you've got the actual rules, Yeah. Anyway, that's like a shit 1990s comedians tight 5 on the 10 Commandments. So enjoy that, listeners, if that's the cold open. Great show coming up soon. Speaking of freaking trying to get a regular coffee these days in a freaking coffee shop.
Oh, what's going on? Latte, Binks.
Can I send a request out there to WWE and their stupid fans?
Go on.
Learn what a cold open is, please.
Well, I don't
every time need to see on Reddit, here's the cold open from Survivor Series, and it's a video package. That is not what a cold open is. That is the opposite of a cold open. Learn what is a cold open.
You know what's great about Reddit and the general state of wrestling conversation is after every like pay-per-view or WWE event, when all the top topics on like the major wrestling subreddits are just people posting the YouTube highlights from the official WWE YouTube, and people just talking. And so the entire front page, like 50 topics, is just people talking about the one pay-per-view that just happened. I was like, that's great. I love having interesting conversations about wrestling from around the world with people on the internet, which is what you used to actually do when you went on the internet to talk about wrestling. And now it is just the worst. Anyway, listen, unless you're listening to this show, at which point is where it's brilliant. ChairShot Podcast, episode 724. The boys are back down. Triple threat. The trios champions. It's myself, Barry, Paul, and Joe bringing you an absolutely jam-packed, loaded edition of the ChairShot Podcast. We've got tons of movies and TV and games and stuff to chat about, and of course a boatload of wrestling. Talk about C2 has kicked off. I'm already fucking behind. I haven't seen Collision yet. Oh my god. But I'm going to do my best to keep up because I do want to keep up with the C2, so I'll be watching Collision tomorrow. And we've got various other festive cheer and merriment to discuss. We were just decorating the house prior to this broadcast, so I'm officially in a Christmas house right now. Just beating the buzzer, just getting to getting it done right before December. So I think that's the right way to do it. And yeah, it's the mood is heating up. I've also had my first collection of festive meetups, meeting people for pints and whatnot in the name of Christmas cheer, which has been quite nice. And of course the real meaning of the season, buying things. In sale, in crap sales. I did
crappier this year than ever, or is it just me?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know. It's one of those things though where I kind of feel like I'm like, but what do you really want? Because the funny thing is, if there was still those things from 15 years ago where you could go and punch an American in the face to get a 4K TV for a tenner. It's like, yeah, but do I want one? I have a telly. Do you know what I mean? I tried to come up with a little money laundering scheme there for Black Friday weekend. I got my bonus from work, which we get a voucher, and it's one of those vouchers. I assume they have these in the UK as well. Where it's kind of an all-purpose thing. Certain retailers take it, so instead of getting you a voucher for a particular shop, they give you a thing that's basically like money. I think they don't have to pay tax on it or something like that. Which is
exactly why. Yeah.
That's exactly why corporations do it, right? So I always because it's a voucher, instead, if it was cash, I probably would put it towards a bill or put it towards a something for the house, because it's one of these little vouchers. I'm always like, this is I always use it for my presents to myself, right? Your Christmas purchase to yourself. So I came up with this, I thought, genius racket that was going to work. I was like, what I'm going to do is I had about 200 quid, right? So I was like, I'm going to go out to a popular Irish tech chain store, and I'm going to grab 200 quid in Steam vouchers, right? That you would give as gifts to people so they can have money to buy games online. And I'll try and buy it with these vouchers. And I went up to the till, and your man kind of looked at me and was like, you're not allowed to do that. And I was like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah, you have to put actual money on them to activate them. And I was like, oh, I was so certain that was going to work. And I would just be able to just go buy a load of games on Steam, but it did not. So then I was just kind of Saturday morning of quote unquote Black Friday weekend. I mean, these terms are just completely meaningless. They should just call it the pre-Christmas sale. I mean, there's just absolutely nothing related to the original kind of the idea that it was that small retailers would get in the black for the year, as the saying goes. I mean, this has nothing to do with Amazon doing a sale for 2 weeks before Christmas. But I got a new keyboard, so it's very clicky. I got a big giant power bank. These are the essential purchases you get on Black Friday weekend. This power bank is I could kill a man with it. I mean, it's fucking gigantic. We've got some festivals coming up in the new year, so that'll be coming with us. But you boys, brave the city or peruse any online shopping for the quote unquote big discount weekend?
Well, I did. I was mentioning this to Paul before last week's show, but I did buy a new phone, the Samsung S25.
Oh, yes.
I only bought it Black Friday because I was tracking the price a couple of months ago, and it was about 650 quid or something.
Okay.
On 3 weeks before Black Friday, they put it up to 850 quid so that they can then put it back down to 600 on Black Friday. So I had to wait to Black Friday to buy it because I didn't want to pay an extra 250 quid. So I bought it. I got into a little game, their little Black Friday game. Fair enough, whatever. But I got the phone I wanted for 600 quid, and it's great. You ever notice how phones are all just the same now? They stopped improving them. It's literally just a rectangle thing. Got a camera on it. Got all the AI bollocks on it. Oh, to do this with AI, email for camera, AI. I don't want that. I don't even really need the phone, to be honest. I don't really want it. Let alone AI. But it's all good. All good. Luckily, it's just easy to transfer them. And I'm sure you guys remember the day when it was,
yes,
you'd have to like transfer everything to your hard drive on your fucking PC and then transfer it to the new phone. Luckily,
that is one good thing. That is a good thing.
Let me play devil's advocate and say that while it was a tedious effort, the fact that you don't have to do it anymore, to me, does strip some of the excitement out of the new phone experience, because within 10 minutes, it's just, it's the same phone again.
Yeah,
it does go back to what Joe was saying earlier about how they're not that different anymore. They're all the exact same. Like, so I was on Android for well over a decade, probably closer to 2, and then this year, me and the wife both got new phones. We said, we'll go for an iPhone. Why not? Let's just do something different. We wanted a new phone, treat ourselves, blah blah blah. I mean, it's like 15 years ago. I think that probably was the last time I had an iPhone. I got like an iPhone 5. And it felt wholly different from using an Android. Now it took us about a day to get used to the minor differences between the two of them. It's a nice phone, but it's not like, it's really not massively different. And on subject of all the AI features, I mean, it's just, I don't know who sent an email like in the last week at Google, like behaving like a Tim Robinson, I think you should leave character, going, fuck, all the numbers are pointing in the wrong direction. Now everything you open that Google has anything to do with, have you fucking tried using AI, man? Have you fucking, like, I'm opening, like, I go to my docs and it's like my plain text Google doc that's called shopping, and I'm just like writing eggs, and it's going, have you considered asking Gemini to write this list for you? It's like, well, I'm just putting eggs in it. I'm just putting eggs on a document. It's like, have you fucking pressed the little sparkly AI button? Really interesting that you're putting eggs on that shopping list. Let's really think about this. Of course, the egg comes out of the chicken mouth. I mean, it's just so fucking insane. Like, obviously, I'm popping stuff up on YouTube, where, like Twitch VODs. It's got a little tab now, YouTube Creator Studio, which is just where I get to the analytics and edit my like video descriptions and stuff like that. It's got a little tab you click on. It's like imagination, and it's like it'll just like, you put an idea in it and it generates you a thumbnail based on. It's the most useless fucking tat ever.
I might try that for this very episode, because I always upload the videos to YouTube and upload the artwork that we use as the artwork.
It's awful, but
trick people into.
The phones are just all using it. But what about you, Paul?
What's that, Pepsi? You want me to do what? Kill the president? No, I still have the TV woe, but I ultimately decided it's not bad enough yet to justify on a new one.
Okay.
Because I'm playing Donkey Kong on it, and I did have the realization after about 2 hours of playing, I've just completely forgotten that the lines are even there. It's not really adversely affecting the experience. So I did say, you know what, we'll wait until it's properly bad, and then we'll do it. Maybe the January sales or something. But I did start decorating as well. Very, very minor decoration. But I went down to the shops and bought some little decorations for the sitting room. Have the tree, have some decorations ready to go up on it. Have the car ready to drive over to my parents' house and steal half of their decorations. Haven't started playing any of the Christmas music yet. On my TV, I do have a lovely sound bar, so I will be hooking my phone up to that and just having Christmas playlist on 24/7, basically.
Nice.
Because we are getting there. We are getting close now. I haven't done any Christmas shopping either. That's the other thing. Maybe that's subliminally or subconsciously why I didn't buy a telly for myself.
I've done barely any as well,
None. Zero. But no, I didn't make any big purchases. There was handful of things. Oh, let me tell you a story of what I did buy today.
Go on.
My God. I was in the shower the other day. Sometimes I have a shower if I get smelly and I have a shower. All right. This is listener tips. You stand under this hot running water.
It is a wrestling podcast, to be fair. So I mean, this probably
use these products that smell good. Give yourself a good scrub. But I stand in there, and the apartment's a little bit cold. I didn't have the heat on in every room. I said, it'd be lovely today. Just a bath, hop into a hot bath, stick an episode of TV on the laptop, perch the laptop on the toilet, and just sit in the back. That's what I was doing. I was with the lid closed. Don't worry, the laptop's not doing little poo poo. Close the lid to put the laptop on the toilet, and sit in a nice bubble bath and just. But of course, since I just moved into this apartment, I think I've spoken about on here that like the one room that has not been touched since this building has been built, basically, is the bath. So we've done nothing to the bath. It needs to be torn out and yet a new one put in. So I was looking at it. I was going, do I have a bath? So let me go get the cleaning materials, get the little all surface cleaning spray, get the sponges out, the Brillo pads out, the kitchen roll. Let's give this a really good clean to the point where I can have a bath in it. So rolled up the sleeves, spray, rub. Have it in about 20 minutes, I want to say. Now, that sounds like a very long time to me, but I'd clean the bathroom generally, let's say. Mm-hmm. Had the bath sparkling clean. Water's been on. Oh, baby, we're going to be having a hell of a weekday, hell of a weekend here. I don't have a stopper for the bath plug.
Okay.
So there was no bath.
You couldn't fashion one out of what's
toilet roll squeezed together.
Yeah, just clog the pipes on your new gaff. Just pour a load of grease down there.
So poor Homer didn't have his big cookie, and poor Paul didn't have his Christmas bath either. But I did order on Amazon, maybe the most mundane item I've ever ordered off Amazon. A plug for the bath.
Deary me.
Here's my order. I'm going to show the boys here. Arriving Wednesday, by the way. So tentative bath for...
Oh, wow. Less than €3. That's great.
Yeah, $2.45 for 2 plugs. So I don't know what size it needs to be. It's one for the sink and one for the bath. So,
okay.
My God.
I just...
WrestleMania main event level storylines here.
I also placed a very mundane Amazon order there. I was going to pull it open and compare it to yours, Paul. And
Can you beat a plug?
I don't think I can beat it, unfortunately. I think you do have me beaten there. But pop up here just as I open. It's also not the first time I've seen this. I guess they realized I didn't click on it the first time. So I was like, draft emails confidently with Gemini. And the little video plays and it says, it's asking Gemini, draft an email where I introduce myself. And then the screenshot here is an email written by Gemini. It says, "Hi, Roger. My name is Janice Rowley, and I'll be your point of contact moving forward. I'm excited to work with you and look forward to building a strong business relationship. Please feel free to reach out to me." Janice, you couldn't write that shit your goddamn self. It's like 2 fucking sentences, lady. What are you talking about? I had a conversation a couple of months ago at work with someone like this, and they mentioned using ChatGPT for their emails. I was like, you couldn't write fucking... Because you have to like do a bunch of work, pull something together, send them an attachment, and then write the email. And the email's like, look at the attachment. You couldn't fucking write that. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
I would say 90% of the emails I send and or receive are, thanks for your email. I'll look into it and get back to
you. Yeah. And re-forwarding that going, please see below. Thanks.
Yeah.
What have I got here in this order? This order, yeah, I don't think it's quite as dull because I do have Christmas lights on there, which is a bit more exciting, you know.
That's nice.
But I do have Hoover bags, you know,
yes.
A mold cleaner spray.
I need some of that actually. Let me hop onto.
And then it can't really compare because I do also have Christmas bow tie for the cat. And a Christmas bandana for the dog. Nice. So that's a bit spicier. That's a bit more out there. But lots of boring household stuff in there.
€10 for mold remover spray.
We had that exact same conversation looking at that email. Like, fucking, what the fuck? I'd rather live in filth. Yeah.
Right.
Any other life guff? Any other life guff before we move on to the wrestling chit chat?
Well, it's been a busy week. I'll give you my quick update. So 2 Christmas work dues this week. So one,
okay.
The agency I work for is part of a group of agencies. So we had our little agency one with 5 of us, and then a bigger one. So fun part was we actually went to do a zombie VR experience. In central London, which was actually way better than I was expecting. Like it wasn't just a headset. You also had like sensors around the wrists and around the ankles, so that you go into like a little space where you can move around. and you've got all these sensors on. So once it's all set up, you can see everyone else kind of moving around. So there were 5 of us doing it. So you see everyone in these like avatars, dressed as space soldiers or whatever we were. And then you get wave after wave of zombies coming at you, and it was fucking terrifying, to be honest. It was at first, especially like, somebody's going to get me. But it was really, really good. And so you're kind of all just in this little square. You're not allowed to, obviously you can't leave the square because you'll walk into the wall. But you can see where the boundaries are. And it was really fun. It went through different levels. There's one where you're kind of on a moving platform, a bit more of a kind of Super Mario-esque moving platform. You got zombies kind of jump onto the platform. That was really fun. And it was good. So we shot a lot of zombies. For a while, you get quite passionate about it. Like I was just like, stick this, shoot this cut in the head, whatever, mate. And it was about 45 minutes as well. It felt like really incredibly quick. It was really, really fun. So I recommend anyone, if you're out, check out the old VR experience if you're looking for like a little outing. Make sure you get one of the good ones. That's Stranger Things as well. Be fun to maybe do that. But, so that was good. And then the night after that, we had a Christmas quiz hosted by a drag queen. Nice. It was fun. It was one of those, we got kind of split up into teams of people you never met before because it was get to know you kind of thing, which is, it's insufferable. As anyone who listens to this will know, like, obviously we take our quizzes very seriously.
Yes.
We don't just do them, we make up a quiz every week, right? So I'm, doing a pub quiz or like a Christmas quiz, I'm like very into it. The problem was I was really loud in there and you're sat there with people you don't really know. Yeah. So there were a couple of questions where I was like, I don't think they've got the right answer, but I don't want to be the guy that's like, no, that's actually not the right song you're thinking of there. I think you'll find it was. Yeah. I was like, but I kind of regret it because we ended up losing by 1 point.
Charles, take control of these idiots.
I think in the past I might have done it, but now I'm just like, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to be like shouting over the music to someone that, it was Girls Aloud, not fucking Little Mix saying that. So that was annoying, but was also quite fun. And then Michelle and I went out for Thanksgiving dinner, which was very nice as well.
Yes.
And then all of that was followed by on Friday afternoon, a lovely 2 hours at the dentist, had a canal done. So that was good. That was nice. So about a half hour of prep and then 90 minutes and then lying in the chair with my mouth open, listening to the radio too. I was counting the songs on the radio so that I could tell how much time was passing, and I was like, oh god, if I could get to an hour, it would be it wasn't actually too painful. It's just like the day after. The day after, it was very, very sensitive, but not too bad. But at least that's done. I'm okay. The work dues are done. The root canal's done. I'm like free for the rest of the year.
Now it's Christmas, baby.
Just to enjoy Christmas. So I'm like, thank God. My mood is vastly improved. So and then the tree went up today. So we're rocking and rolling.
Oh, and last we'll get the tree up.
Oh, Paul, you son of a bitch.
Soon.
Come on.
Right. I'd like to do one of those VR experience things.
It was surprisingly good.
The ones where it's in like an actual space and you can see your other people. That's what I would love to do. Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to be that kind of advanced. I thought it was just going to be you sit in a chair and you've got a fucking headset on, but it was actually pretty cool. They give you a gun to actually hold, obviously, as well. Yeah, that's cool.
So that's the kind of cool part of it. It's really good.
Jumping in to the wrestling news here at the moment. We had like something of an Andrade update this week. He went on a Spanish language radio show and basically said that he and his lawyers were like trying to work with WWE to get the 1 year whatever
to compromise on that.
Come to a compromise on it. Effectively, kind of. I don't know if we'd ever really had definitive confirmation that there was it seemed like a lot of reporters were saying that that's what they understood, but I mean he effectively kind of confirmed that is the case. And that was kind of it. So kind of acknowledging that is in fact true and that they're trying to hash it out. And I don't know, I mean it was interesting watching. I know you guys talked about it last week, the Helwani interview with Tony. He didn't disparage Andrade. I feel like Helwani, who was picking his spots. He wasn't. I think he was aware of how he came off last time and was trying not to be intentionally antagonistic. But I think he was I think he was very fairly asking, are you all right with Andrade? Like, I think there's a lot of blame to go around here. Like, how does everyone involved not know that this situation is the way it is? But yeah, it certainly seems like when he said they're working on this, no indication that he ain't showing up today or tomorrow, it seems.
He mentioned as well that he's according to him, hasn't signed the contract with AEW.
Okay.
I find it harder to believe that one, but maybe it's true. I think the thing for the whole situation is that there's not a lot of precedent for people being fired outright and then being held to a non-compete. Typically when they release people, fair enough. They whatever's left on their contract, the 30 days, they get paid for. They can't compete. But someone who's outright fired and then they say, well, actually, we have this thing. I mean, I can't think of another example where that's applied. So maybe there was assumptions.
When Alberto Del Rio got fired for hitting someone backstage that one time, and he got
the social media guy, was it?
Yeah, didn't he punch like the social media guy for making like anti-Latino remarks or something?
Yeah. God,
but I think they tried because then he went like somewhere and they tried to stop him. I can't remember what the outcome of that was. That was like obviously years ago, so maybe since then they've put even more clauses in the contract.
Different company. We can literally now.
Yeah, we can do whatever we want, and you can't go anywhere. It surprised me.
Yeah, very. He also said, and I feel like this is a slightly altered version of a thing you hear all the time, which is on the subject of him having wellness violations. He said, well, there's certain things that like I might be prescribed here in Mexico that are not tolerated over there. I feel like for as long as the wellness policy has been a thing, even like American wrestlers have been like, it's just this thing I got off my doctor that's technically on the list for some silly. It's always just regular medicine that they
two words, brother. Contaminated supplement.
Yeah, it's just
that's what it always is.
An oldie but a goodie. That line, an oldie but a goodie. A couple of other notes here on AEW. Kenny Omega was talking about some injuries he was dealing with there in the media. Dave Meltzer did write in The Observer this week. He said, quote, "They are trying to avoid putting him in long singles matches, and that may be part of the reason they put him back with the Young Bucks," which I guess does make sense because I was kind of raising my eyebrow at that because I was just kind of like, not that I loved the Bucks' previous direction, but them kind of rejoining up with Omega, I was like, doesn't do much for me as someone who'd like to see more out of Omega, but that I can see that. I can see that making sense.
Another compromise to have Omega around at all.
Yeah,
to lessen the workload on him a little bit.
Yeah, so there you go. So I mean, we'll see what comes of that. He strikes me as the type of guy. Now, he first of all, he did say in one of those interviews recently, F4W here does have a pull quote from an interview he did with CBS where he says, "I would like to be in a situation where I left the ring not having any regrets and not feeling embarrassed or that I tarnished my reputation. So I'd like to leave while I have some semblance of athleticism left in my body." Just fair enough. He strikes me as that kind of guy. I don't think he wants to be hobbling out there like fucking, I don't know, Matt Hardy or God bless him, Tanahashi, Ric Flair, my God, but I'll tell you, he also strikes me as the type of guy though that when the big shows roll around, I don't think he wants to be doing a fucking house show 6-man with the Bucks and fucking LFI. You know what I mean?
All in 2023 style.
What was that?
Yeah,
he did the Ibushi thing. Yeah, but I think I don't think he liked that. So that's it's kind of a bummer. But the guy's had a lot of injuries, and I'd rather he be around. Like he kind of says, he doesn't want to be. Is it worth the glory to do like the C2 and try and have high level matches in that, including the final, which I mean, last year with the Ospreay O'Connor, that was a full on like G1 final level match. I mean,
yes.
Is it worth it for something that will be old news in a month after the fact? I mean, yeah. So,
but would a Kenny Omega Last Ride documentary where Tony Khan calls him up for All In and he's there in his gear, would that also be a bit funny, Undertaker style?
Yeah. Only if he did it like 4 or 5 times in a row and it was shit each time.
You work an Okada brother 3 minutes. I trained for a 50-minute match. Oh, Lord.
Looking forward to the one about John Cena. I'll say that much. And how shit his final year has been.
How did I spin that one?
Yeah. Elsewhere on AEW injury news, Tony Khan did confirm Roosh missing final battle due to an injury and a Dralistico.
Injury, I believe.
Yeah, Dralistico also out, so LFI effectively
2 brothers
on ice at the moment. So there you go. Weren't doing a whole lot, not even on like Collision on the reg anymore. Odds. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you could do a little something with them, but I think we've kind of seen the level they're going to push that in this company.
Yeah, I mean, does reliability come into it? I suppose as well.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, but it's also like at the end of the day, I think Roosh in particular has kept his head relatively down in AEW, certainly relative to a lot of other people at that company. He's but.
I like Roosh. We like Roosh.
I like Roosh a lot. Yeah, we're big Roosh heads here.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah. There was also talk, this isn't on the run sheet, but I just remembered here on the subject of kind of like contracts and injuries and stuff. I saw it was kind of interesting in the last week. There was the Tay Mello did the big "this meant everything to me" post about being in the tag tournament. And then coincidentally, it was reported that Anna Jay's contract is supposedly coming up soon. So I think people were putting 2 and 2 together and saying, and first of all, it's probably completely true about the contract, but it getting out there, that stuff is never accidental. Is there a little bit of we were literally the first team ever in this company, and we're not getting a look in on the actual titles? I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure there was some eyes cast on that semi-final on Dynamite this week, thinking we couldn't do better than that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm someone who on this pod. I've kind of said, oh well, like I like NJ, I like Tay Mello, but to be fair, new crop of people in the company really blowing them away, and I'd be grateful just to be in the tournament. Blah de blah. They've been lapped. I think they probably could have done better than that fucking match on Dynamite. Oh dear me. Anyway, we'll talk about it.
Grifter watch time.
It's our new feature, and this could run and run. I mean, this could be our this could be just the news section. Grifter watch. Booker T had he has a podcast, by the way. So he does a podcast every, is it a weekly thing? I have no fucking his Hall of Fame podcast.
Great name.
Talking about
original.
Very original, yeah. He was talking about Chris Jericho, the current Chris Jericho situation, who did not turn up at War Games, unfortunately.
Or did he?
Oh yeah, that was it. No, that person that people are speculating based on his build is Austin Theory.
Yeah.
I don't think that could be Chris Jericho.
Wasn't quite fringe shaped enough.
No, he got up quite high for that curb stomp, so I don't think it would be. But yeah, Booker T, this is a great backhanded compliment here. I wish they had AEW when I was doing this thing. I would have camped out, made me a little tent. I'd be going nowhere, man, because I'm serious. They pay you not to work in AEW. I'm getting a telephone call from 2007. What's that? Turn on Spike TV. Oh, I see a tent. And I see that's a bit of work being done there.
Is that Legends champion Booker T doing not a lick of work? My God.
Ric Flair is still under contract from what I've been hearing. What has he done? This has been harsh. Booker, that man's
sorry. Booker.
That's not true. I don't know if that is true.
I don't think Ric Flair was brought in to work Okada.
Yeah, he's like, Tony, I'm here, brother. Which block am I in? Gold or blue? Come on now. Mike Bailey, give me what you got. Come on now, give me a real kick. Come on.
So I don't think that's quite a fair. I was thinking of like, okay, even to play it to this point, who could, like, I could really come up with only, like, Cope, who, to be fair, has worked
for so long.
Fucking 50 matches as he's
Yeah, he's felt like he's had like the proper chip on his shoulder, like I want to be in there with the youngsters doing actual stuff. Whether we've varying degrees of negative to okay on his work, but he's been fucking working hard. I mean, they don't really have a Brock guy who's there twice a year.
Who is there? Like, again, who is there who's under contract, who's a WWE guy who's retiring to AEW and doing nothing? Who is that?
I can't think of a one. I can't, unless there's a really obvious one we're forgetting.
Keith Lee?
I mean, like,
well, Keith Lee is circumstantial by the sound.
He's got like all this like injury stuff, weird stuff, and seems like he could also be one of these guys that varying degrees of injured, and then also don't want to work, don't like that idea, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but I mean, he definitely has had a bunch of.
You're the fucking Dynamite, Keith Lee. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, but even that I would say is because he's kind of older than I think most people know, but he's also kind of like, he wasn't necessarily a top guy either. He's like, you know, he's a mid-carder. He's a relatively quote-unquote wrestler.
When he came in, he was working very frequently until he disappeared. For whatever reason, he disappeared.
For whatever reason it was, yeah.
I think that's one. That's stretching it, but that's what one.
That's if you want to play devil's advocate, you can give him that one. I don't think you can give him Cope. I mean, look, I think when Cope is on the show, I will say that it does give me the most. Even when he's doing stuff I like, when Cope's around, it does give me the most TNA vibes. I will say that because he is just extremely old, and he was a constant presence on television for 20 goddamn years. I mean, it's so that's. But again, like, working his ass off, trying his best to actually contribute something to the company, you know, and he's done lots of cool stuff. This is just kind of the you know, everyone knows this is the grift, and it's kind of like trying to find a new angle to get it to put the boots to Tony Khan. I mean, I think this might be a less valid critique than like the money mark thing or the no storytelling thing. I mean, I think this is an even bigger stretch, to be honest. Especially like they put the title on Joe again, which in the context of the show feels appropriate. He's doing great work, and he's you know, he's not ancient, but like you look at the people they're pushing, you know, it's like it's Hangman, it's Kyle Fletcher, it's Willow, it's Statlander, it's Tony Storm, who's not even 30, I don't think. Swerve. Like, it's a bunch of extremely young people. I mean, to go back to the mid 2000s TNA comparison, I mean, you had people like, you know, they would like kind of push AJ, but he was fighting for his life to get any semblance of meaningful push amidst the Angle, Sting, Booker, and Nash. Like, it was just, for people like AJ, it felt tokenistic when they got their little title wins, whereas it definitely feels like AEW pushes its own creations, pushes young people, pushes people who never really had a meaningful run in WWE, which Swerve absolutely did not. He did not have a meaningful run there.
Kind of the proof that contradicts that claim. A fellow who absolutely could have come in and done nothing, and he was jumping off balconies and stuff.
Yeah. And had a bunch of great matches that people fondly remember. I mean, it's going to be remembered as one of the
Dustin Rhodes, the same.
Dustin Rhodes, another great example, yeah.
Guys who could easily be doing what he's saying, and they aren't.
Yeah, so a load of bollocks, in short.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, and again, like most of these people, I don't know how much Dynamite is on in the Booker T house, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know if he's checking in on the C2 every week to inform these opinions.
Momo Watanabe's not on this week. I ain't watching.
I ain't watching. Yeah. So that is the AE dub news for the week.
Let me crap on WWE for a second.
Here we go. We don't do 60 seconds.
We don't do WWE anymore, but WWE did 2 spots on War Games that specifically to boil my piss. Number 1, Joe Barry, War Games, historically, this gritty, fucking violent, get in there and bust the other fella's head, and blood, and, you know, real fucking in street fighting shit. So they had AJ Lee do I'm a whittle baby who can't reach to give Io Sky the trash can to do that one spot she does every week.
her branded trash can, her painted trash can with her logo on it.
With her branding on it. And then secondly, while Wade Barrett goes, "This is going viral." Just making me want to puke. And then secondly, in the men's match, sorry lads, can we stop fighting for a second? Jey Uso wants to play his music and do his little pose again. Yeet during a War Games match. Yeet during a War Games match. They stopped everything. The lights went down. His music played, and he's up on cage doing the thing during the match, in the middle of the match. Oh God!
Now I thought because it was a War Games match, you were going to come on here and complain about, they just pushed the envelope too far. CM Punk was Brock Lesnar with just a knife, not even a sword driver, just in a sword. Shot him with a gun, drank his blood like a vampire. That's
no, but it's like worse than ever. It's like it's a parody of wrestling at this point. I don't know what they are producing over there.
Yeah, and 40,000 people in an open air stadium.
That's the last thing. Paying $500 probably each.
Paying $500 to sit in the nosebleeds, $500 to sit in the bin outside the arena and listen to us, while then opening up your ESPN app for 50 quid a month to watch it from there. No, yeah, you're paying like $1,000 to sit in the nosebleeds. Can't see fucking Shagog because it's a double cage match.
It's not even. I don't know what it is anymore. It's not even like a semblance of wrestling. It's. I know we made the point that it's the entrances and the talking during the match and the moments.
It's just for morons.
What is this? Completely jump the shark.
It's just brain rot for idiots. It's but what can you do? It's like watching a Marvel movie and going, "Well, this isn't really like cinema. This isn't a film." People don't want to go to cinema. That's too complicated for them. They can't understand it. They want rot. They want slop.
But it's worse than ever. It's so strange.
Use Gemini to write text messages.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Generate me a wrestling show I like.
My wife to get eggs, but I'm too stupid. Write the text about eggs.
Also, if you thought WWE wasn't shit, look forward to that John Cena last match show hosted by Stephanie McMahon.
Oh my God,
that'll surely be a banger. What is this? It's so strange that this is the popular wrestling because it is so weird.
Yeah, and again, like it's just like it is like a parody. I remember
the irony. Sorry, Brad, just to get out. The irony is Vince McMahon, and again, this is not a Vince McMahon
advocacy thing.
Comeback brother advocacy, not at all. But Vince McMahon was the one who, quote unquote, hated wrestling and wanted to do entertainment and entertainment company. It is more like what Vince wanted now than it ever was under Vince.
Yes, yeah. It's Paul Levesque has absolutely been found out. I mean, as a total fraud, and it just seems like the main goal of his time in NXT was to like trick people thinking he liked wrestling. Absolutely. It is Vince's dream realized. It really is. I remember when it aired in real time, thinking that the South Park wrestling episode was like a little low hanging fruit, little obvious, little on the nose. Well, it was way ahead of the fucking curve because 2025 wrestling is way more in line with what they were parodying in terms of it just being like you watch it and you don't even see any cool action. It's just theatrics and entrances and over the top promos and bad acting. I mean, it is currently a site that has been unusually favorable to it sometimes. It's currently at a 3.92 on Cage Match.
What's Survivor Series?
Survivor Series, sorry, the event. 4.64 out of 10 for a Stephanie Vacour pay-per-view match. That is a special accomplishment. 5.92 for John Cena's last match on pay-per-view. Last ever major pay-per-view match that man's ever going to have in his career. And it was a backdrop for someone else made this point. I have a couple of people have made this point. I'm not claiming this is an original thought. This is Paul Levesque also had 4 or 5 ideas for angles 6 years ago and is still going with them. You've got Liv Morgan back with Dom Mysterio. Your WrestleMania teases are like Brock versus Roman versus Punk, possibly Seth Rollins in the mix, Cody Rhodes looking at Roman Reigns suspiciously. Who could muster an arse hair of a fuck to give about any of this? The prospect of watching Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar again in this is just like, oh my God, I just don't get it. Anyway, $5,000, please, to sit in the urinal while the con pisses on you in the building.
Oh Lord, that's our news anyway.
Let's talk about we got our features. We got a double whammy fantasy feature this week because, of course, Paul is going to give us the fantasy update for the final month of the year. Before we do that, Joe has got C2 pick'em action.
Hit us with the C2 action, brother.
C2 season, baby. So last year we did basically it's a predictor game where we list out every match in the C2 and we all predict who we think is going to win each match. You get 1 point if you're correct, 0 points if you're wrong. Whoever gets the most points at the end is the winner. Very simple. So we make all our predictions at the start, so that we're not influenced by the results as they go along. Apart from the semi-finals and final, which we will do ahead of the pay-per-view. So we had 5 matches this week.
6 matches. Yeah, 2 on Collision and 4 on Dynamite.
Okay, well I've missed one. What was it?
Which one are you missing? Go through.
I only got 5.
You had Moxley, Mascara, Claudio, Orange Cassidy,
Fletcher,
Okada, Fletcher,
Bailey, Pac on Collision,
Bailey, Pac, Takeshita against Roderick Strong, and there was one more on Dynamite. Who am I missing?
Pac. I've got the Dynamite results here. Actually, I should just look it up. That'd be a good idea. Moxley, No, there wasn't another one on.
There were 4 on Dynamite.
Oh, Claudio and Cassidy.
Yeah, you said that one already.
So you said that one, Claudio Cassidy. Is that
I'm at AEW website. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Okay, well, actually, we all went for Claudio anyway, so that's all right. That doesn't change anything, thank God. Right, anyway, there were 6 matches this week in the C2. Moxley Dorada, Claudio Orange Cassidy, Takeshita Strong, Ricardo Fletcher, Bailey Pac, Nia Allen. So I think the Claudio, we all went for Claudio. Takeshita Strong, we all went for Takeshita. Pac, we all went for Pac. The only one that upset us all was Kevin Knight, Darby Allin, which is as far as a result. Other than that, Paul was the only one to go for Kyle Fletcher to beat Okada, currently in the lead.
Clever boy.
And then Barry went for Mascara Dorada to beat John Moxley. Which is correct.
I thought they were going to do a Mox losing streak thing, and I was thinking,
but I think they'll start with a win.
And I think Tony in his wrestling nerddom G1 thing was going to do a big upset on the first show, which I guess was Kevin Knight rather than Dorada. So fair enough there.
So that kind of leaves us with Paul 5 out of 6 so far.
5 out of 6, not bad.
I'm second with 4 out of 6, and Barry 3 out of 6 correct. So it's 50-50 so far. I need to pick these up, Barry. Well, that's too late because you've already done your predictions. Doesn't really matter.
Because I also realized after I locked my predictions in, I was like, because I did the exact same thing fucking last year. I went with my gut based on looking at the names, and then I didn't do what a good booker should do and sit down and plot out the blocks and say, okay, because obviously most people are knowing like for this block it's coming down to like Okada and Fletcher probably, and then the other one is I did not plan that. I went vibes based. So I'm putting the brothers over because I put the boots to them so bad in the fantasy league that I said, right, the C2 pick up.
Good segue.
I was very happy when Fletcher got the win, knowing that I was the only person who had picked him. I just had a feeling on that one. Okay. How do you know it's Christmas, or at least Christmas season? Dave Meltzer gives Joe some 5-star bonuses for a change.
Wow.
3 of them, to be precise.
I didn't actually see the stars for full gear.
Mark Briscoe Fletcher scored the 5, and Bandito Brodito against FTR scored 5 as well. So Joe has both FTR and Mark Briscoe, Barry with Bandito and Fletcher, and I with only Brody King all scored bonus points, which means that Joe extends his lead over me to 14 points now. So Joe is now in second place. I've been passed. Joe with a 73 now for the pay-per-view.
Wow.
Yeah, big old... Well, Briscoe, Harwood, and Wheeler each scoring 23 for their wins, title wins, and 5-star bonuses.
Very nice. Yeah.
Points every which way but Sunday. TV otherwise was kind of quiet. It is C2 season. But Darby losing, Okada losing, and Mike Bailey losing didn't exactly give me a ton of points. Moxley and Takeshi and Young picking up my 8. Joe getting 8 points by virtue of Eddie Kingston and Danny Garcia, neither of which who are actually in the C2. In fact, Joe doesn't have anybody in the C2, unless I'm mistaken.
Don't have a single person in it. Paul has 5, I believe. Just a 5. Just a 5.
Just a 5.
That's why I was very happy looking at the results for this week, because I was like, oh, this is going to be a disaster.
Well, Darby lose to Kevin Knight.
No, I got through the first week unscathed, and then with the 5 stars actually extending it.
Actually, it was better.
There's hope. There's hope. But I am going to need Swerve or MJF to win this time.
Yeah,
otherwise, I don't think I've got a chance.
Barry only with 2 people. Fletcher and Orange Cassidy, of course. Fletcher won. And Willow won. So 8 points for Barry. And Barry also picked up a 4 on Collision for Tekla. So Barry actually won the week post Full Gear, 12-8-8, but quite a close week. So going into the last month, Joe on 943, I'm on 929, and Barry on 1186. Barry, going into the last month, still has 1 transfer remaining. So I don't know if there's anyone you would use that on, maybe someone at the C2 or something. But
yeah, because as you mentioned, you've got the C2 advantage, so that's pretty handy. I've got Fletcher, who's going to do well, and Cassidy, who I think is not going to do well. So
the thing is, for Joe, is if we're to assume that the semi-finals or that the final at World's End of the C2 is going to be Okada to Takeshita, that means that I'm going to have both of them win semi-finals on pay-per-view and one of them win a final on a pay-per-view and possibly a title win. So you will need to get out at least. This is ultimately what won me the league last year as Euro Cup with Okada. You might need to get again another maybe 20 out ahead, which very well could happen. Especially because the one thing, Joe, I have 5 people in the C2, but you have 5 champions. So you're going to be racking up those defense bonuses as you go.
Defenses, yeah.
FTR against the Bang Bang Gang. Give you some points for that one right now if you want. I'll write down that FTR one now.
Festive to 7. That'd be good. Let's do that.
Ooh, lovely.
I did, because actually I'm just looking here at my roster, and I don't really think I have any, even some of the weaker people I have. I don't think I you can swap any of them out. I wasn't here to talk about Full Gear, but it is very funny that however late in the game I got Samoa Joe, and then he won the World Heavyweight title in November.
Yeah, he's now the second top scorer in the entire year.
It's money ball, folks.
Fletcher, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, I do. It's funny enough, the only person I would maybe humor trading out, I don't see much by way of like big, huge wins coming, or certainly not a lot of wins coming Hangman's way for the remainder of the year. Sure. But probably not enough that I would trade him out necessarily.
Or someone, no.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you're under no obligation to use that final transfer. I mean, again, I think for next year we might put in place something where it's like, if you get to the end of the year with transfers in lieu, you might get some bonus points.
A point or something. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but I think I'll mull it over. It's all still to play for.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks very much, Paul, as always, for the fancy update. Do we have another new feature for the week?
We've got a quiz. We've got a little quiz. Shouldn't be a very long one. I haven't quite come up with the name for it yet, but I'm tentatively calling it You Think You Know the Answers? Well, that changed the questions.
Nice, very good.
So it's a little bit, and it is an idea stolen off the TV somewhat. Don't say it out loud.
First time we've ever done those, that's fine.
Yeah, you guys know famous quiz show Catchphrase.
Yes,
where you have to where Mr. Chips is wanking himself to ecstasy. It is a little bit like that. So I've got 5 questions, And each question is 10 words long. And you're going to take turns choosing one of the words.
Okay.
So I won't give you the question and it says, I'll say, Joe, which of the 10 words do you want?
Okay.
6. You'll pick like word 6. I'll give you word 6 and you'll try and guess what the answer to the question you don't know is. Eventually filling in the blanks of what the actual question is. Then whoever gets the answer correct first will.
Okay. This sounds interesting. Okay.
Will win the point. Okay. Who would like to go first? Obviously, I'm not sure there's really an advantage going first or second here. We haven't played this game before.
Joe, why don't you go first?
Okay, so get your notepad file out, boys.
I got mine.
Have 1 through 10 maybe written down so you can fill in your words next to the appropriate number. Okay, Joe, which number would you like between 1 and 10?
Okay, for number 1.
Number 1, who?
Ooh.
And you may have a guess.
Very interesting.
Ric Flair.
Is not correct. Barry.
Imagine if that had been correct.
Okay. Let me go 4.
4.
Yeah.
Number 4 is 8th.
8th.
Okay, hang on. Let me do some maths in my head here.
Say what you see.
I'll give you the cash myself if it's up there. Let me tell you. Let me just fucking go MJF.
It's not MJF. Joe.
Let's go 5th.
Man.
Fucking hell. Let's say. You said MJF. Samoa Joe.
It's not Samoa Joe. Barry.
8.
The.
Fuck. Scorpio Sky.
It's not Scorpio Sky. Joe.
9th.
AEW. Who's blank blank 8th man blank blank the AEW blank?
I see.
Push it for a guess.
Swerve Strickland.
Swerve Strickland is correct. 1 point for Joe.
Damn. Well done.
So the question was, who was the 8th man to hold the AEW championship? So not going by reigns, just who was the 8th man to hold it?
Yeah.
9 was Bryan Danielson, 8 was Samoa, or was Swerve Strickland, 7 was Samoa Joe. Okay, so we know how the quiz works now.
We got it.
Joe, 1 point up. So Barry, I guess you will go first this time.
Okay. How is it 10 again?
It's always 10. Yeah.
It's always 10. Okay.
Always 10. Not at all.
Let me go.
The grammar might suffer, but the questions will always make sense.
Okay. Who beat Vince? Me go 5.
5. The.
Damn.
Double the here.
Okay.
If you get it off of the, I'll give you 1,000,000 points.
Okay. Royal Rumble.
It is not.
Very good.
Joe.
Very good. Number 8.
8.
Number
Robinson.
8. Austin Gunn.
It is not Austin Gunn. Barry.
WrestleMania 24.
Well, you need to pick a
All right. 10.
number first. 10. Known.
Oh, okay. Lil Nate.
It's not Lil Nate.
Damn.
Joe.
You just say Robinson, right? Did I
Number 8 was Robinson.
Robinson.
Oh, it's Robinson.
5, the 8 Robinson. 10 known.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, I've got a question. Right. 7.
7, Joseph.
Oh,
okay. Joseph Robinson. Just Joe.
It's not just Joe, Barry.
3.
Name.
Yeah, I thought that would be it. Okay. I'm going to say, I don't even know if this is the case, but I'm going to get Juice.
He's got it. That's the correct answer. The question is, by what name is the wrestler Joseph Robinson better known?
Very good.
Was your question. Yeah. The answer is Juice Robinson. So there you go. All right, Joe, round 3, back to you.
Okay, let's go for number 10.
Number 10, Week.
Week,
W-E-E-K.
E-E-K.
Unlike past Cody, I can spell it out here. That's fine.
Okay.
Week.
W-E-E-K.
Hong Kong.
I'm afraid it's not Hong Kong. Very.
Ooh, SmackDown.
You need to pick a number first.
Damn, I keep trying to score with as few points as possible. Let me go 7.
7, Casino.
Ooh.
Casino, right? That's not SmackDown. Ricochet?
It's not Ricochet. Joe, over to you.
Number 2.
Manny.
Money.
M-A-N-Y.
M-A-N-Y.
Manny.
8.
It's not 8. Barry. Pick a number.
5.
5 in.
Okay, yeah. 9.
It isn't 9. Joe, back to you. Pick a number.
1.
How?
10.
It's not 10. Barry, back to you.
3.
Pick a number. People.
Okay, I'm gonna go the other direction. 7.
It's not 7. Joe, back to you.
4.
Were.
11.
It's not 11. Barry, back to you.
9.
Last.
My guess is 12.
He's got it. It's 12. How many people were in the casino gauntlet last week? Was the question there. 12 was the answer. Okay, so 2-1 to Barry as we go into the final 2 rounds here. Joe, or sorry, Barry, you go first again this time.
7.
7, Dynamite.
Okay. Um, 2019.
It's not 2019, Joe.
10.
Coming. Tell him I'm fucking coming.
Sting.
He's got it.
Oh, fuck, that's going to be my guess. Fuck.
Wow.
Well done.
The question was, who debuted at the very first Dynamite Winter is Coming? That was the question. So it's all down to this last round. And Joe, you're up first.
Okay, let's go.
Strategically, where do you go on your first one?
Let's go number 3.
Number 3. We've done it again, folks. Number
3, Cody Rhodes.
It is not Cody Rhodes. Barry.
4.
Name.
Okay. The All-Atlantic title.
It is not, I'm afraid. Joe, back to you.
Guess. 7.
7. Baker.
Jamie Hayter.
It is not Jamie Hayter. Barry. Very tense here. What number would you like?
10.
Move.
Okay. Lockjaw.
He's won it. Barry is the winner of this week's, whatever the name of this quiz is. What is the name of Britt Baker DMD's finishing question?
Yeah. The quiz can be called catchphrase.
Catchphrase. I like it. Well, there we go. New quiz concept. I think that was
I enjoyed that. That was good fun. I like that.
That was a bit of crack. Barry does win with 3 of the last 4 rounds come from hand victory.
Beautiful. Well done, Paul. Well done. Misery and Joe.
You know what? Again, I've said it before. I always love a quiz that's super easy to make and fun to play. That's the perfect balance. Just what's Britt Baker's finisher? You can use that as a question. Grand.
Alrighty. Let's jump into, as has come up quite a bit already on the show, the C2 kicked off this week.
Yes.
So let's jump into Dynamite.
I do feel like
go on.
We've been able to banter a little bit more this week, just shit on about Christmas and whatever this week, because there's only so many times you can say that C2 match was really good.
Yes.
Yeah. They were all really good this week. They were all really good.
Yeah, so we'll kick things off with, I think, probably the to me the biggest match of the tournament so far. Probably one of the biggest ones that, to be watching going into it, looking at the blocks. Kyle Fletcher did get something of an upset win over Okada. Of course, he did beat him last year as well in what was also an upset. I think really clever to have him go 2-0 over Okada, especially like just losing the TNT title to kind of cement him as a guy on the way up. Really good match. I mean, yeah, there's not going to be too much to say about the C2 stuff on the show because it was just good matches. It was good, no nonsense stuff. No run-ins, 20-minute time limits, all action. You got 2 heels in here, but they didn't do any kind of like cringy, we're both cheating and it's a farce. And, it was just 2 guys trying to one-up each other and Fletcher got the roll-up win. And they did the little tease of Okada giving him the finger afterwards, but he shook his hand. So they remain on the same page while Takeshita is, of course, still on the outs. Yeah, we both enjoyed this match, boys.
Certainly did. Yeah, very very good match. Was a bit surprised, but Fletcher, he needs to be up there sooner rather than later. So come on, let's stop fucking around, probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was very surprised as the pick'em would attest to, but phenomenal stuff. I mean, these guys are class. I like the finish as well. I like the little, a roll up can sometimes feel like an easy out, but it did feel like Fletcher kind of used his wiliness to catch Okada as opposed to it feeling like a banana skin kind of situation.
After that match, we had Kenny saying, "Oh well, we'll see what happens with Lexi," and then he basically kind of basically trying to do, hey, we're slow rolling the Bucks thing, we're not going to make any commitments to anything. And then after they left, the Bucks came out of his dressing room, which was kind of weird.
Ooh.
Continuing to do their geez face, which I find greatly annoying. But,
I think that's just them now. I think they have just literally become that IRL.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Alrighty. Complete opposite side of that scale. We then had a Mark Briscoe pre-tape. Kind of doing the MJF gimmick of the blood soaked backstage at the pay-per-view, talking about winning the title. This was fucking great. I mean, this was why this man is up there in the conversation for Wrestler of the Year with me. He was so great, completely different to his usual promo thing. He was way more subdued and talking about his family and his road family and the conglomeration and all this other stuff and his brother. It was great. It was so heartfelt. It was so great. Simple stuff there just to set up his kind of reign and what comes next.
Let me throw out a crazy thing to say here.
Go on.
Mark Briscoe is the best since Bryan Danielson he can do it all. He can be funny. He can be serious. He can be happy. He can be sad. He can brawl. He can fly. He's the perfect wrestler in his versatility. Best since Danielson for me.
I think that's fair. I think that, like, as someone who's liked him for a very long time, a couple of years ago, I probably would have thought that was like a spicy take. Then again, I suppose it was also just kind of like pre AEW. I mean, Ring of Honor was just not something I was keeping up with, and I'm sure he was doing tons of great stuff there that I just missed. But these days, absolutely. We got the aforementioned, the previously alluded to Women's World Tag Team Championship Tournament semi-final. Babes of Wrath defeating Sisters of Sin. When I was watching the pay-per-view, my wife said to me that she wanted to get back into wrestling, and so we watched Dynamite together, and she was awestruck at what it
grand.
She was like, she turned to me during this and she goes, "Oh God, poor Willow." I was like, "Yeah, I know." Like, talk about having to put an entire match on your back and try and do something. I mean, to me, so Harley Cameron obviously is not exactly Mercedes Moné, right? But she, so I think a tag team is a good spot for her, so she can kind of get her reps in, work with someone like Willow, but not be in there constantly drowning. The Sisters of Sin, man, oh my God! And I don't think anyone was pounding the Julia Hart drum better than us on this podcast before her injury. But she might be the new textbook case, like Triple H 2001 of just is not the same post injury. I mean, just has not been able to put it together at all. And Sky Blue has never been good anyway. So it's like
I think we're at the point though where Sky Blue is 10 times the worker Julia Hart is.
That's kind of the really disconcerting thing is Sky Blue still kind of, because also I think it's an interesting dichotomy as well of Sky Blue was doing the rounds on the indies before she got signed, so she had a little bit of learning and
continues to work here and there.
And continues working here and there, whereas Julia is one of these super young people, came in during the pandemic and was a good find by AEW, but was pretty much learning on the job. And unfortunately, the injury and also just not going around very much, I think, has really stalled her. This was one of the worst matches you'd see on Dynamite in a very long time. Pretty damn bad.
You don't want to stick the oar in, like you said, she had the bad injury and so on, but to call a spade, she might be the worst wrestler on the roster currently. Men on either side.
I think that's
just, she got the good aura, she got the good look, but would she as a manager for a while?
I think so. Even though it kind of, because we talked about this before, I feel like the Sisters of Sin, they're kind of like the goons for Tekla, and Tekla's kind of the leader. So that kind of means Tekla's not maybe wrestling as much. I would, purely for the sake of the quality of the matches, I would maybe put Julia in more of the silent manager kind of, or driven, kind of what she was doing with the House of Black, like you know, that kind of thing, and have Tekla more in the matches.
The other thing is aside from the quality of the match, when these Sisters of Sin were making their entrance, I said, "Here's two girls dressed for Halloween." There's the vibe I get from them. You know, I don't get, here's two killers coming out, or like I don't buy into their. I don't think I'm seeing these characters.
No, I don't buy the characters either, because also it's when they do their backstage promos and they're holding hands and they're trying to do the shining double thing. It doesn't work at all. They don't have especially good chemistry together as an act, I don't think either. It's not working. And I thought they were going to advance just because I thought you'd need heels in the.
You might still have heels in the second part. We'll see.
I suppose that's true. Yeah. I mean, we've had a lot of upsets in this tournament, so I guess it wouldn't be. I suppose it would still be shocking, but I suppose I wouldn't be too shocked if Tony and Mina were felled, and you kind of had your, you know.
I could like to like a Tony Marina match then at World's End or something.
Yeah, and you know, give Willow something to do finally by having her win. But also, unfortunately, as someone who was really looking forward to this tournament, I don't know if winning this tournament is going to mean a whole lot for anyone, because it has not been very good. This match obviously was terrible, but even the other stuff was like whatever. You know, it's been. By the way, I wasn't on the show, so I got some complaining to catch up on.
Go for it.
I was on the show to talk about Blood and Guts and how I loved the finish, and we talked about Tony fighting Marine afterwards. That's great. Man, I fucking hated the first appearance of Tony on the following week's show, being her doing her new little dance with Mina. when the previous week was like her watching Mina being like tortured and being like forced to submit in the cage, and that great dramatic ending. And now
I love the dance, but you are right.
I don't have a problem with the dance. Yeah, but it was just
time
and place. In general, the post Blood and Guts thing, it was very WWE. It was very okay. That was last week. Whatever. That was last week. We've moved on. Nobody's out injured. Nobody's coming out with bandages. Nobody's like, you know, it's just everyone's just treating like another episode of TV. But alas, we're I don't want to be mixing up topics here. But anyway, so Babes of Wrath advance, and at this stage, kind of looking at the lineup, I think I'd probably like just Bane and Shafir to win, to be perfectly honest with you, because I would like Willow to just move on beyond this and feud with Stat and finally go to where she's supposed to go on the card. And I think maybe Bane and Shafir could make something work with this. This whole thing has not been the celebration you hoped it would be. Like, you're like, okay, they're finally doing it. They've got this good division. The division is doing really well. And it just has not borne fruit that way, unfortunately. Anyway, there couldn't possibly be two shitty segments in a row on Dynamite, not in C2 season. Samoa Joe comes out to do a fucking 1998 Raw segment where they laugh and play a video package about how Hook was always on our side. Oh, we got. I mean,
we talked about that at the time, that him tapping out was there was maybe something to it.
Yes, yeah, and they were, you know, it was obviously they weren't just doing that for no particular reason. You know, and it was very hokey, and the Joe stuff when he first turned heel was great. But as the weeks have ticked on, it's not even Joe's fault, because he is great, but I mean the material is just brutal. So Joe comes out, he introduces the video, they play the video. Before they played the video, they were interrupted by another Monday Night Raw segment. Camera backstage pointing at the entrance to the building, so that Swerve could pull in and get out of his car looking cool, which is to me that is such a WWE staple. Is the cameraman?
That's fine.
He did look awesome, right? And he met up with Hangman in the garage, and they both had their chains, and that was cool. I had no problem with that, right? But I do hate the cameraman just pointing his camera at the entrance of the building.
No. So I'll tell you how you do this exact same thing properly.
You show you how it's done, brother.
Yeah. So earlier in the show, let's say before the women's tag, you have the cameraman looking in the garage but the car's already there. You don't have him looking at empty space and then the car pulls in.
Right.
The car's already there, and Swerve comes out with the chains, and he meets Hangman, and you do the exact same shot, exactly the same, but you put it earlier in the show, and Excalibur says, Swerve and Hangman are in the building and they're looking for revenge. Right? So you're telling the viewer also stick around. Then you don't have it awkwardly interrupt the start of the Joe segment.
Right.
And Joe goes, anyway, as I was saying. And then they just come out during it for their revenge, which you built to earlier in the show.
Mm.
Why can't we do that?
Yeah, instead we had Joe comes out and he gets 2 words out and then cut to the video of them arriving. And then just Joe, like he's hosting an old like Gervais XFM show, goes, I don't know what that was. Anyway, just like does his normal promo, just does his heel. They get the jabrones out, like I can't remember what he said. Get the
scrubs.
Get the scrubs. So they like another stupid thing. Did get to talk about the pay-per-view. They just debut this concept of the Ops Dojo, which is all the indie schmucks who get to take the beating. Like, again, I don't think we asked for tons of this. They couldn't do a skit like 3 weeks ago where they're in a dojo rolling around with some lads and they go, oh, we have a dojo now. They have to just come out on the pay-per-view and just have them. Oh yeah, we always had that. Stupid. Yeah. So anyway, they line the ring. They play the video of Hulk. It's basically just a video package recapping everything that happened, explaining it to you. Like you're a little bebe. Then the segment was like, to me, was already completely off the rails at this point. Then Hook comes out to his worst theme song that you've just ever heard a wrestler ever having. I mean, I just cannot believe they're persevering with this. It's so awful. And so they continued to banter for a little while, and eventually, I don't know if they got lost along the way or something. Eventually, Swerve and Hangman could have got too lost this tiny fucking 1,000 seat building they were in. Got their asses. Swerve's music hits. They come through the crowd. The crowd were excited to see Swerve and Hangman. They beat up the jabrones. They did the Hangman thing, threw 2 of the jabrones over the rope with the.
Was also awkward because the ramp was in the way.
It was there, yeah, and one of them kind of did well, and the other one kind of didn't do super well.
The fella was selling it a little too over the top for my liking.
There was one lad in the dojo who took a great bump. He took a great gets knocked out with the chain and then goes like a plank and falls down. He took that was good. I don't know who that was, but he did.
When they were wrapping the chain around the neck, the one fella was going to him, a little too silly.
He was turning into Mario on the lava in one of the 3D games. So yeah, when the baby faces came out to run them off, that was cool. I think the Hangman Swerve thing is going to be cool. Swerve is looking as well. Jacked, brother. He is looking swole. He is looking in the shape of his life. So they're going to be a cool badass. They're going to be a cool badass tag team. So there you go. At least you got them looking cool out of that segment.
You fan of Swerve's new music, Bear?
Yeah, I think it's a grower. I think it was time for a change.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe a little.
I don't think it's as catchy a song, but I think it feels intangibly more main event to me.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I had the instant reaction of, not as catchy, but I'm also like, it's probably for the best. It's probably a little bit spicy. I probably would have left Nana with the old music and the old thing. I know that's sacrilege. I love Nana. It's not an anti-Nana sense. I would have just for this new serious thing. Also, as we will continue for the rest of time harping on them for doing things that are too WWE. He's coming out to fight this guy who fucked him at the pay-per-view, Hangman and Swerve. I don't need them to wait for the house to burn on the video screen before they appear every single time. I don't need that. Just run out.
He was still walking through the arena, I guess.
Well, he kept getting lost, I guess. Yeah.
It was like Spinal Tap backstage.
But at the end of the day, to some people, I know it would be like sacrilegious to get rid of that. So I get it, but I just, anyway.
I love Nana. I don't necessarily disagree with you.
Yeah.
Same with Tony Storm and Luther. I still kind of miss Luther, but
that's a great comeback. That is a great comp. Nobody's kind of going, oh, well, some people probably are. Because I also didn't really think the Luther thing was that funny. I didn't really think it was that funny. Like most of that era of Tony Storm, I thought it was like funny up to a point, and then it just kept going, you know. But we had John Moxley defeating Mascara Dorada following our previous point. I mean, this was just a rock solid match, really good. Moxley is on fire. I mean, he's the matches are great. I think there was also earlier on this show there was a pre-tape as well
from here.
He did a great promo talking about, what is winning and losing anyway? At the end of the day, I'm here and Kyle O'Reilly's in the hospital, which was like such a great kind of like spiraling like heel who constantly loses thing. And like the Death Riders were just looking at him like, I don't know about this one. This seems stupid. This thing he's waffling about. So I like that they're continuing to do that. The Moxley stuff is really good. It is really good. So Mox won in the end with a really cool choke.
Darce choke.
With catching
Darce.
When Dorada went for a shooting star. So after the match, Timeless Toni Storm came out. She cut kind of a funny promo making fun of Johnny.
Your cargo pants.
Making fun of the cargo pants, and she called herself the toughest, most least bitchy person standing in the ring, which was cute. So, but she called out Shafir basically, and basically made their match for next week a hardcore holiday death match. So I think that'll be fun. I mean, you got Bane and Tony. And I mean, Marina has been great in the occasional kind of spot fest. I think she'll be good there.
Let's not forget to mention as well, Swerve and Hangman came out looking like $1 million. Toni Storm came out looking like $10 million.
Oh yeah, she's the
absolute star.
Great look. The outfit was cool.
Oh my god! And her and Moxley, of course, in terms of titles, the two most important people in the company, both 4-time world champions, with record figures for their respective world championships in the ring for the first time together.
Wow. We need to get that match. Come on. Not in AEW, but maybe they can book it in like an indie. We get Mox.
I mean, the one person who could outbleed Moxley, possibly.
Oh yeah, just have an absolute fucking
thinking back to that Mariah May turn where he was hitting her with the shield. And Tony, the little afterwards, the exclusive they put up on their Instagram, whatever. Toni Storm looking like she'd been in a massive.
Yeah, the little clip for walking down the steps.
Yeah, like all shell shocked, just like head to toe, covered in blood.
After that, we had Statlander promo that didn't really say anything or do anything.
Yeah, classic Statlander promo.
Yeah, just kind of like Renee, I'm
going to the future.
We should be looking forward, not backward, upward, not forwards, and keep twirling to the stars.
Yeah. Can we get this woman in a feud or something?
Yeah, let's do some. I mean, this is why I'm kind of thinking maybe they should just have Willow lose that final and get her in that. Get these two having a feud and let's do something interesting. Another aforementioned good Continental Classic action here. We have the Jet getting the big upset over Darby Allin. This is a really fun match.
Great match.
I mean, it's just so funny that like Darby, like he can do his routine with anyone. It doesn't have to be a big giant hoss brawler man. You know,
yeah.
Kevin Knight got to flop around. Kevin Knight looked fantastic in this match. He really got to show out. So he didn't just get the big win, he also got to like look really impressive as well.
Yes.
So great stuff. Yeah. So there you go. Eddie Kingston called out Shibata for Collision. There you go.
Yeah.
And then we got the Claudio Orange Cassidy match, which again was just your insert good C2 match here.
I think it was the weakest of the four, but it was
yeah. And I think those two could have better. Although interesting finish, like it was just he just hit him pretty much clean straight up with the uppercut, which was cool. But again, that's what's kind of fun about the C2. They just do that, They just do that. They don't feel the need to overcomplicate it.
It's great to have no interference, no bullshit finish, just matches with winners.
Which for some reason, like
first 3 years later.
all year, yeah, like the first couple of years of the
2019 to 2022. Then they said, no, let's be SmackDown.
Yeah, and it ended in a big schmoz anyway after that. So
the schmoz was a bit silly, but the rest of it was good.
How was Collision? I didn't get around to it yet. I will check it out at some point.
Collision was pretty good. Again, I think the Takeshita Strong match, I think, was probably on the level of the Cassidy Castagnoli match. That I think was maybe a slight disappointment in what I was expecting. Mike Bailey and Pac, on the other hand, was excellent. So that's your match to check out. Really, really great. That was the opener, and then Takeshita's match was the main event. I did prefer the Pac match, as I said. Elsewhere on here, Tekla Ty Mello in a kind of surprisingly good showing for Ty Mello. So maybe check that out if you get a chance as well. Not saying that Anna Jay is necessarily the anchor holding down your opinion on Ty J. No, good here. There's a good little stiff back and forth, which was fun. Eddie Kingston Shibata, same, very good. Kingston's best showing, certainly, since he came back. And he will face Samoa Joe for the World Championship at Winter is Coming. Samoa Joe, Eddie Kingston. Bit abrupt.
This should not be your world title match in 2025. I'm sorry, these two guys. This is not. I like them both, but this is a TNT Championship qualifier match.
That's a little harsh, but I don't
think so. Eddie's been.
Eddie hasn't done anything. He's been crap. He hasn't been good.
We talked about last week. Joe's had like 5 singles matches this year against mid-card guys, and then suddenly he's the world champion.
Yeah.
Comes back, he's got no match. And suddenly this is the big title match. Like, come on.
Certainly for Winter is Coming, it feels a little. All the class lads are in the C2 though, is the thing. Everyone class is busy. Eddie, are you free? Can you fill in here?
I mean, and they've done like. It just reeks of lack of foresight that Eddie was like a peripheral guy in the Hook Joe thing who haven't had a thing to do of any note on TV lately. And then again, they panic. Oh shit, everyone's in the C2. Winter is coming. We need a challenger. It's like, what? You do Winter is Coming every year. You do the C2. This is your 3rd year doing it. It's just constantly with this stuff. He beats Shibata on Collision. Okay, fine, good, that's good. But like, it should have been on Dynamite, beating notable people along the way. If there was any foresight. So, what else did you have of anything else of any note on Collision? I suppose.
Yeah, Don Callis family backstage. Mm-hmm. What are you all thankful for? I'm thankful for being in the Don Callis family. Takeshita, I'm thankful for being part of the family. Okada, I'm thankful I don't have to team with Takeshita anymore. Oh, I'm talking to your family.
Mentioning politics at the Thanksgiving dinner table, you know.
They did have an FTR Bang Bang Gang promo segment, which actually was very good. Juice Robinson had a very good little promo there. Danny Garcia, Daddy Magic, little payoff to that storyline as well. Garcia did beat him, bloodied and beat him via submission. And that was basically it.
Alrighty, so no other notes from Collision? Okay. So sorry, the Gang Bang Bang, the Bang Bang Gang Bang, the Gang Bang. How have I never made that mistake before in the
Gang Bang Gang?
That is who? That's Juice and the shorter
Austin,
Guns.
Austin,
okay, yeah. Perfect. Okay, I wasn't sure what the current state of that team was. Okay, that seems like so I'm gonna check out Collision probably before bedtime tonight. So there you go. Movies. Let's move into our other non-wrestling guffs. Who has seen a film this week? I have not.
I have seen one film. Deep Impact.
Oh, what a movie.
Which I had never seen and really didn't know much about. I've come to learn that it came out the same summer as another movie, Armageddon, which I've also not seen, but
yes, yeah, it was one of those.
And they have exactly the same plot.
Yes, yeah.
there is a comet going to hit the Earth. Oh, we got to figure out what to do. It's like this. It's the exact same movie, but Armageddon was directed by Michael Bay, so I would presume that Armageddon is 100% stupider.
Oh, stupider, yeah. So instead of sending astronauts to stop the asteroid, they send a bunch of oil rig triggers to do it.
Yes.
As pointed out by Ben Affleck.
As pointed out by Ben Affleck himself.
Wouldn't it be easier to train astronauts to drill?
And then he does his great Michael Bay impression. Ben, why don't you shut up?
My guy's the best crew around. Why? What makes him the best?
Off the spacer just out. Deep Impact, on the other hand, I thought was great. Don't know if either of you guys have seen or enjoy them.
Not a very long time. I don't really remember it.
For me, I've never actually seen Armageddon. I don't think.
Neither have I.
I always loved Deep Impact. Yeah, I thought it was really good.
I would hold it in the same esteem as, now people might turn their nose over this, but I would hold it in the same esteem as great disaster / sci-fi blockbusters as Twister, as Contact.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe not quite as smart as Contact, but I think what Deep Impact does very well is the human side of these big world scale disasters. Definitely, it doesn't dip into the Michael Bay dumbness, or as the genre would go on, the Roland Emmerich dumbness. These movies, this Twister, Contact, never feel like they're talking down to you as a viewer. It never needs to explain to you in like a condescending or patronizing way, here's what's happening. Hell of a cast as well. I mean, this is a movie where you are constantly Leonardo DiCaprio gif. This person's in this movie?
Yeah.
This person's in this movie? Let me run through some of the stars. Robert Duvall, a very young Jon Favreau, pre-MCU Jon Favreau.
Okay.
Morgan Freeman, James Cromwell, Téa Leoni, Vanessa Redgrave, Elijah, a very young pre-Lord of the Rings, Elijah Wood, Lily Sobieski, and the finger click of all, oh my God, this person is in it, Kurtwood Smith, Bitches Leave.
Yeah, what a cast.
Or the dad from the 70s show. When he showed up, oh my God, the pop, it was like when Sting came out of Wembley. Dumbass. He does not say bitches leave or dumbass. I'm sorry to report, but hell of a cast in this movie. And it's a nice tight 2 hours. Yep. Tells a very, very effective story of, the other thing that I was reading, by the way, between this and Armageddon, that plays more into Deep Impact's favor, is the movie opens with Elijah Wood's character kind of discovering the comet, and he, then he sends the information to the local astronomer, and they figure out that this comet is looking like it's going to collide with the Earth, and then the astronomer gets killed in a car accident very soon after. And then it cuts to like 1 year later. So the thing is that the US government have been aware of this for the better part of a year and have been working on it and planning and building this, rocket out in space and so on. Armageddon is like they discover the comet is going to hit the Earth in 18 days. And it's like no one saw it.
Yeah, prior to that, no.
18 days. That's very convenient for the plot of your film. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. But no, Deep Impact, very good. I enjoyed it a lot. Like I said, fans of Twister or Contact should be satisfied by another kind of film of that ilk, which feels simultaneously, and like I said, maybe not as like Contact. I came away thinking that film really, really, really was clever in the way that it kind of went into its subject matter. Deep Impact's a little bit more of a standard blockbuster. Like I said, it does the human stuff very well, to the point, no spoilers of course, but there was numerous moments during the film where I was saying, this character's not making it to the end. You're killing this character off. A lot of that during this film. I fully expected some of these characters are going to survive to the end, and not necessarily even in a sacrifice themselves for the great. No, just characters on Earth. dying. There's like a lot of really strong emotional stuff in it. So thumbs up on Deep Impact. I will probably not watch Armageddon because I think it would sully my memory of this movie. There you go. Very good. Very good.
Ooh, well, a few movies from me. So after my my dental surgery, I had to treat myself to a couple of Blu-rays just to feel better. So picked up Boogie Nights and Les Diaboliques, which is a
classic,
a French film that I first watched. Only Georges Clouzot, 1955. I watched when I was doing my French A-level. Not in 1955. It wasn't like just out. It was a classic then as well.
I had that old.
I was waiting to find out what happened. So yeah, a very influential film. So it's a kind of suspenseful thriller. Very Hitchcockian, but it actually is film inspired Hitchcock. I wouldn't say he took from it because he was already making films by the time this came out, but it was more like he saw this and was like, "Oh shit, I need to I need to do better than this, or I need to like learn from this and do even better." And 5 years later, he would make Psycho, which is there's a lot of parallels with this film.
Yes.
So it's basically about a woman and her husband who run this like private school in France. The husband has a mistress who works at the school, and the wife and the mistress are kind of plotting to get revenge on this husband who's one of the most awful characters you'll ever meet. He's a bastard. You can't wait for something to happen to him. So they're kind of plotting to do that, and then it kind of goes very mysterious. So it was probably one of the first kind of films to have that kind of that twist in it. That I won't spoil if people haven't seen it.
Wonderful stuff.
Yeah, just a really clever film. It is a little bit like sometimes it can feel kind of rudimentary because it is so influential. You know, you watch it, it's like watching an old wrestling match from the 80s. You're like, oh, yeah, it's okay, it's what it is. But at the time, like, no one had ever seen a headlock. You know, it was like, oh, fucking, what's he doing? What's he doing?
All the old timers were like, you're ruining the business with this headlock stuff.
Was in the business with this headlock shit. First ever Irish whip. What the hell? But it is also, I think it still really holds up as an enjoyable film, even though it's been, imitated a million times. Very funny film, lots of like funny characters in it, lots of dialogue in it. It's very funny as well. Yeah, just a kind of beautiful film. Would highly recommend it if you haven't checked it out. It's kind of the original psychological horror.
Another foreign film that had a horrendous US remake.
Yes. Oh, didn't it? With Sharon Stone.
Yes.
I believe. Yeah, I don't know if I ever watched that. I'm certainly familiar with it. But
not only that, but like The Vanishing, which we've watched both in the past years, another US remake that changed the ending and kind of ruined and missed the point of the movie.
Yeah.
Other of those. Yeah.
Terrible. Other than that, I also watched the second halves of The Wizard of Oz and Wicked. Because I'll be honest, who's got time to watch the first half of films? It's kind of obvious, isn't it? Like one's pink, one's green.
One's green.
Yeah, I get the idea. Let's just cut to the fucking chase, shall we? Let's get to the false finishes. I don't need all the mat work. Let's just get to the false finishes, all right? And it's Wicked as well.
The Live Wire edition.
It's Wicked as well. So, you kind of know what's going to happen anyway. Like, one's a witch, one's a good witch, one's a bad witch. There's a wizard involved. Like, you know what I mean? It was on Sky Cinema. So I was like, we watched Wizard of Oz, finished that. And then it was like, oh, Wicked's on. We might as well finish this. And I was like, oh. So we watched just the second half. I was actually quite entertained by Wicked. I wasn't really that
Wicked is good
in seeing it, really. But it was much better than I was anticipating. So we might go back and watch the whole thing. Maybe even watch Wicked for good. I don't know.
I've heard it's
Christmas or yeah, probably not as good, but we might save it for like Easter or something like that.
Yes,
long weekend. Wicked actually looked pretty good. I mean, Ariana Grande, she cannot act, baby. So I don't know what all that's about.
Sorry, that's Oscar nominated for supporting actress.
Is she? For supporting. For music or for acting?
For acting in Wicked, she's best supporting actor nominated last year's Oscars.
God.
Well, it wasn't a very strong category. She lost out to the also useless Zoe Saldana and Emilia Perez.
No,
It was a big pile of El Shito, brother.
Yeah.
Penis or vagina. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, Fury Evo's quite good. Jeff Goldblum phones it in.
She's great.
Yeah, she's very good. So yeah, all right, we'll check that out.
Jeff Goldblum sure acts like Jeff Goldblum.
He certainly does.
Yes,
3 minutes.
wizard.
Oh dear. Yeah, so we checked out this week.
Yes, Yellow Brick Road. Yes, I see.
What color should it be?
Oh, that's the worst bit of the film, by the way.
Oh, that is the one thing
that is the worst bit of the film.
The fan service. There's just
a bit where he goes, "What color should this road be?"
And then
Oh my!
What about yellow? Yellow.
Now it is based on a color, whatever. Fair enough. But like I was rolling my eyes like, okay, cut that bit out.
Yeah, cut that,
2 movies, like 5 hours long.
Artistic license, just like. And Mr. Monko, what should we make at this factory? Oh well, I mean, it's been making like textiles for the last 50 years. I'm a bit of a kooky character.
I've got all this chocolate, nowhere to put it.
We got to turn it into a chocolate factory.
And these little slave things that I keep.
Yeah, now the little slaves, they also just make textiles. I mean, they're not really chocolatiers. Well, I'm kooky, like that. So anyway,
you lose. Oh dear. Anyway, Wicked is good fun, Joe. Check out the full shebang. It is good crack. Shame that the second one's not getting as good reviews. I think the general consensus is that the musical itself is a little front loaded,
right?
And then it kind of second half's just not as good. We'll see when we check it out. Wizard of Oz is great, of course.
Did you guys see the pictures of like the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere in Las Vegas?
Yes.
Oh,
the extended screen.
The extended screen. It just looks like they're in a fucking PS2 game. It looks so awful.
Yeah, I mean, this is how the director really thought it. No, it isn't.
No, he definitely did. I wish he was in a big, gaudy, atrocious building in a bunch of LED screens. Anyway, that's all the movies for the week.
Tis.
Yeah.
We catch up on some telly. Didn't really think much about South Park this week, Paul. I don't know if you saw it.
I did see it. I thought it was fine.
Yeah. They did the local parade being sponsored by Saudi. That was
funny. That was the funny stuff.
That was cute, but they kind of did do any additional jokes on it. That was just kind of the joke that Saudi are like sponsoring everything or buying everything. And so they sponsored the local turkey run. And that's kind of it. That's kind of the joke for that. And then also there wasn't much extra onto the joke. Was they had Pete Hegseth in it, and they were like, he's like a fake tough guy who makes content about being a YouTuber, or he's a YouTuber. That was also just basically the top and bottom of the joke.
Do that 8 times. Yeah.
Do that 8 times. Cartman wanting to win the race. Some of that stuff was fine. But
I mean, Token being drafted in for the race felt like old South Park, to be fair. I feel like they've done a million skits where Cartman tries to recruit Token for something because of his preconceived notions of how black people can perform, and then Token does accidentally he accidentally wins the race of this one. He can play the bass guitar.
He can play the bass. Yeah, they've done that before. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Token doesn't win the race because he's good at running.
Yeah, but he wins at the end. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're I don't know. It wasn't much. It was
only one left. Then we're free.
Yeah, of this season, which is I guess also going to be 4 episodes, 4 or 5 episodes for this season, quote unquote.
Unless they change their minds again. I don't know.
Unless they change their minds again. I feel like
it's delayed until March.
I feel like they're building to some. Presumably, the last episode they have to have Satan have the baby, and it has to be a big, spectacular, over the top, ridiculous episode.
Unless they do another cliffhanger and do one of their specials to pay it off. So, in that deal, they have those 1 hour specials they do that are mostly not good.
Mostly just like bang average and or bad, like long South Park
that
episodes.
One future one that was really good. But that's
the post-COVID one was solid enough, yeah. Elsewhere on the weekly television watch, I kind of get the vibe from our midweek chats. I feel like I'm higher on Pluribus than a lot of other people.
I haven't watched the latest one. I did think episode 4 was the best one to date for me. Yeah,
I liked 4 the best. I did really like this week's one though as well. I won't get into it obviously since you haven't seen it, but I really like it. I think it is slow. I think it is taking its time, but I think everything it's doing really well. I'm intrigued. I think it does. This week in particular, it ends, and I'm kind of in that. Oh, I want to see the next one, and I kind of like that. I have that anticipation building. I think it's very slickly produced, like all the choreography of all the big crowds and everything. Yeah. Is it the best thing I've ever watched ever? And I know I'm not feeling any kind of special way, but I am really enjoying it. And I'm certainly along for the ride. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, episode 4 I thought was very solid. I mean, 2 and 3 felt a little too nothing. I don't say nothing happens, but you don't necessarily come out of the episode with any great more insight than you've gone in. 4 felt like, okay, now the plot is pushing ahead, moving forward. I like some of the character stuff they do with the main girl, but
yeah, you'll get more of that in 5 as well.
I'm trying to keep the mind fully open towards it.
Yes, yeah. Joe, are you up on Pluribus?
Yes, it's there. Good, brother.
Gonna start probably next week. We're gonna get Apple Plus back. Do Slow Horses on Pluribus.
Okay,
for Christmas.
Yeah, well, you should be caught up with just in time for the finale right around then, because there's is it 9 episodes, and the latest one is episode 5. So
okay,
should be thereabouts.
Okay, so
to flip the script,
go on.
I'm higher on Chair Company than you are.
Yeah, I feel like I'm increasingly on an island on that one. I'm really liking Chair Company. I think it's fun. I still haven't watched last week's episode, and I understand tonight's is the finale, so I need to get caught up. I don't know. It's just I feel like I'm getting a couple of chuckles out of each episode, but I'm not really. I don't think since about like episode 2, I don't think I've actually had like a real deal like belly laugh. I'm laughing every episode, I think.
Yeah,
I think it's just.
I do think.
It's quite a funny bit with the birthday cake. The last episode,
putting on the vomit.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh. I do think the mystery element for me has kind of
waned a bit.
Waned significantly, I would say, since the early days. But I think the comedy is still strong for me.
Just because, I mean, it feels like a lot of the mystery is just leading to the introduction of more wacky, I think we should leave characters. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not, it's not really kind of, it's not a two-toned show. It's all just a Tim Robinson comedy, basically.
Yeah, it's not Twin Peaks redo.
No.
It's a comedy show first and foremost.
But I am enjoying it. I think it's solid. That's wrapping up tonight, I believe.
Yes.
Although commissioned for a season 2, so
I would almost rather just be a one and done for this kind of show.
I really wanted to not really have any meaningful resolution. I feel like it just it would feel wrong if the show did that. You know what I mean?
I would like if he did season 2 and actually subverted expectations by making it an anthology show where it's a completely different situation where, again, there's a mystery about some chair company, but he plays a different character in a different world.
Right.
It's a different chair company.
It's a different chair. It's completely different, but it's called the Chair Company. Or some other, or maybe not even having to be a mystery. Have it be a completely different from the show. The Chair Company. I've been watching MobLand as well. I'm nearly at the end.
Yeah, you mentioned a few weeks ago. Yeah,
MobLand. Yeah, I watched a couple this week. That's good fun. Good Tom Hardy chewing the scenery fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Pierce Brosnan going, I'll bite the fucking face off you. I'll bite your face off. Stevenson, I'll bite you. It's I would say it's not campy, but it's like for a gritty crime show, it definitely airs on kind of the silly side at points. But it's good. It's a good watch. The episodes are nice and short as well. It is a is it on Paramount? I'm not 100% what.
It's a Paramount show, yeah.
It's Paramount. Episodes are nice and tight, like 40 minutes. So it is like watching an old network TV show that's only whatever it is, 8, 9, 10 episodes. So you can kind of breeze through it. You can the pace of them does kind of go at a good clip. And once you get over the accents, like I say, Brosnan could just use his own accent. Why he decided he needs to be from Kerry or whatever, I'm not 100% on. And Mirren's accent is decent, I suppose, but you just have to get used to it. Once you do, the show is good fun, These warring crime families, basically. So you kill one of mine, I'll kill one of yours. You're fucking, all that. That's kind of what it is. And hits and meetings and shadowy meetings with call the Croatians. We'll have to figure this one out. It's good. It's good. It wouldn't be anything on like I don't know, I've not seen Sopranos, but it wouldn't be a show like that. It's definitely a show that you watch as a bit. It's a bit pulpy. It's a bit, you get the popcorn out, you eat, watch a MobLand. It's a bit of crack. I think that's all the TV for me. So yeah, as you said, Chair Company is finishing up today, so that will be off the list. MobLand I'll probably finish in the week as well. So as we're coming to Christmas, does open up some slots for maybe watching some other stuff. So be interested to see what I can kind of fit in there.
Watch some Crimbo telly, eh?
Crimbo, yeah. Simpsons Christmas episode time, maybe again. In terms of video games, then.
Oh yes,
did finish Donkey Kong Bananza.
Okay, so what did you make of it when you got to the conclusion? I'm still a bit behind you.
I finished the game, so
yeah,
you would be. Yeah, I loved it. I mean, I loved it, but not enough that I jumped immediately into the post game.
Okay,
like with Mario Odyssey, it's like I'm 100%ing this game from the moment I started playing. I knew, okay, I'm doing everything in this game, and I'm not finishing playing it until I'm 100%. This is one where, as I was playing it, each level I would completely clean out before we go into the next one. So I got every Banandium gem, every fossil. Not all the discs. I think the discs are too hard to come by. I'm not bothered.
Yes, okay.
But the Banandium gems and the fossils, which are the primary collections, every one of those. And then and only then, once I've cleared out the level, go to the next level. So then once I hit the final boss, and then the game opens up. There's
artwork. I apologize.
It's artwork.
Oh dear. Anyway, sorry. Post game.
Don't you normally do a Photoshop on these artworks? That's the trick here. Yeah. So there's 777 power moons. Oh, excuse me, Banandium gems. Oh, what's the difference? I beat the game at about 675. So the post game essentially opens up 100 more. But the difference between this game and Odyssey, I feel like, because number one, the levels are so much bigger. I was just like, okay, I've beaten the game. Do I want to go through each level and figure out where these missing bananas are? And either I need to buy the maps or go punch for treasure chests and hopefully get the maps. I was like, I want my memory of this game to be untainted by I beat it and then there was 20 hours of grinding for gold to buy maps with. So maybe I'll go back to it. And I did really love the game. I especially loved towards the end. There's some really great level design and great puzzles and all that in there. But do I want to like 100% it right away? No, not really. Maybe, like I said, maybe I'll come back to it when if I get that itch again between games, and I want a little bit more. I can treat it like as if it were a DLC. Oh, you find a $5 in a coat pocket. Oh, didn't know that was there. Maybe I can have that experience where I go back. Oh, there's more Bonanza I didn't play, and I can play the other 100 bananas. But I just didn't want. I wanted to play something else. I think 100%ing the game up until the final boss, I think, took me about 35 hours. So it's not quite as long as Odyssey.
No,
I feel like. But very much enjoyed it. Some, like I said, great stuff in the second half of it. Some of the levels will stick in my mind for a good while. But then I was done, and now I play something else, and that something else is Indiana Jones.
Oh, great sort of game,
which I finally got onto. So I'm still very early in it, of course. I've just done the prologue and the little intro section and the first mission in Italy. So I've met up with the little Italian priest who you give the vinyl record to. And
yes.
So I'm very early in the game, but
do you like that intro, the little Raiders recreation?
Yes. So the game does open with you playing the opening of Raiders of the Lost Ark from first person perspective. So you go in and
Alfred Molina is there.
Alfred Molina, his little character's there, looks exactly like him. And Indiana Jones with Harrison Ford's face, but Troy Baker's very good impression.
Yes.
It's all great. You go up and you're using your whip to cross the ravine and dumping out the dust to make the little bag weigh the same as the idol. All that, yeah, very very fun. Great little intro to the game with a really memorable set piece. But then I think afterwards, when it opens up, that first Italian level where you're kind of let loose to explore, and you kind of see all the different paths that you can follow, and still kind of come into grips with that. I'm not sure the stealth really works for me just yet.
No.
Because you have a character in the distance, and it's like, creep up behind them and press right trigger to knock them out with a bottle or whatever. And as you're creeping up, they just turn around.
Yeah.
And it's not like the level is littered with cover for you to hide behind. It's just open space. And so that fella blows his whistle and suddenly 14 guys are attacking you while you hammer the triggers, try and swing your bottle around. So that was a little iffy, but otherwise the exploration of the level was pretty top notch, I thought. Great little mini sandbox to kind of figure your way around.
Very Hitman-y in a lot of ways.
Very Hitman-y, at least in the level design. So that's where I am. I must not be more than an hour and a half in.
Okay.
But first impression is very good.
It's super cool, yeah. That was kind of one of my main issues with it as well. It's a very fun mishmash of different things. It's kind of Hitman-y in its design, but it's not really like it deviates. It's not like a first-person Hitman game, but the maps very much have that feel to them. But yeah. My main issue was that the stealth, which is the main thing you're going to be doing, it's a game where you don't want to be out in the open world loudly fighting with soldiers, because you're going to get swamped very quickly, and it's not meant to be played that way. It's not that kind of like, oh, you go loud, but like it's to just go loud and have fun with it. Like it's not that kind of game. But also the stealth isn't really versatile enough, I found, in particular. When you're doing a mission, when you're in a kind of a linear space, you might see as you go later on, it's pretty good. But when you're trying to sneak into a little area, you're not supposed to be in that kind of fun open world stuff. It's like, people keep turning around the long time. I keep getting seen by people I didn't even know were there. But it's super cool, and it's really well made. And I think you'll have a ball with it.
So far, so good. I'm enjoying Indiana Jones's PS5 face and PS3 hair.
Yeah.
That's a good combination. The character model has the fakest looking hair I've seen in a game in about a decade. But the face is very good.
The face is great, and it's funny because it's kind of like it's tough to before a friend of mine had a chance to play it. They're like, is Troy Baker like doing an impression? And I was like, it feels kind of dismissive to say that because he's doing so much work, but also kind of, yes, like he is in a way. Like he is doing a very, very good.
If you didn't know, you would have thought it was Harrison Ford.
You would have thought, yeah, but it's like, of course, he's not sitting in the fucking booth for 100 hours doing all these fucking these lines.
You would end up with Marge Simpson from 2025, where it's the 35-year-old body and the 75-year-old voice.
But yeah, it is super cool. Following the last time I was on Chat with you boys, I am still playing DK Bonanza, and I think I very much have gotten through that wall. I feel like I had with that game initially, where I've now gotten the ostrich Bonanza and stuff like that. So I'm kind of now fully into the game.
With. It does open up because you have these powers you can swap.
It opens up big time, and the levels then start reflecting the fact that you have these other abilities, and it's kind of addressed my main issue, which is that I was, in those first couple of hours, I was like, okay, I clap my hands, there's a banana in the dirt, I dig down again, and I was like, okay, this is cool, but it's kind of basic. It's like, it's not an issue at all, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm really, really enjoying it. So I would hope to finish it before Christmas, because I want to, I want to finish a lot of the games I'm playing this year before like the holiday break. So I want to go back to finish like Cyberpunk, like things like that I've never finished. Like a bunch of big games I've never finished. But yeah, really enjoying DK. Anything else before we wrap up?
Well, last thing I didn't talk about a few weeks ago, I went to see CKY in the Opium Rooms in Dublin.
Ooh.
Usually when I go to a concert, I'm leaning against a lovely wall to let all the young ones mosh and bang off each other while I stand far away from risk of any kind of injury to my old dusty knees. But this one, we went in and I said, well, there's a space at the front. Do we want to mosey up and see if we can? So very, very front for the concert. It was great. They played that one song from Tony Hawk's that everyone knows. That was the highlight. They did play that song. It was a great show. Yeah, really, really energetic crowd. Really fun set list. Being at the front, I did think, I might get my hands on a set list or a plectrum or something. No, they gave the set list to the person next to me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well. But look, I'm sure that person's evening was made. So
I hope they're happy.
I do have a set list that has gone missing.
No set list.
No. I did get an Electric 6 set list at one of the gigs I went to, and I have no idea where it is. Part of me thinks it might have got thrown away with the natty stuff. Which, whatever. The show was good. I don't need a bit of paper they probably didn't even look at for 5 seconds. But it was a cool thing to get from a gig, is to get one of the set lists. But I don't know where that is anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, great gig. Don't have any more gigs lined up for the rest of the year, but it is not. Again, I will reinforce the idea of, you can spend your $500 dues to go see whatever, Aerosmith.
Oh yeah, all the kids are going to that. Yeah.
Dream on. Or, there's loads of great gigs at smaller venues. I mean, this CKY gig, one of my favorite bands, and I was at the very front, literally at their feet playing. €28 for a
that's
just
pretty
a top-notch
good
night out. I mean, that's how you do it.
I think that's going to do it for our show. Thank you for listening, pals. We will be back next week with another C2 update, another Fantasy League update, more games, more TV, more movies. Probably plenty of festive reviews coming your way on the next broadcast. So until then, ChairShotPodcast.com if you want to pop us an email with some C2 takes, with some Fantasy League takes, or just, if you've got a favorite Christmas movie you want to talk about, ChairShotPodcast.com is where you can send us a communique about that. It's also where you can check our Fantasy League updates in real time. Also, good job maintaining that. So, with all that said, folks, it's going to be goodbye from me, Barry. It's going to be goodbye from Joe.
Goodbye.
It's going to be goodbye from Paul.
Goodbye.